Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show on this Tuesday, the 5th of April, 2022. Thank you for tuning in. Glad to have you guys here. I'll tell you what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about the potential for a invention called Neuralink, for Elon Musk. And I don't know if you guys have heard of Neuralink. I'm going to try to explain exactly what it is. They've been working on the technology of the brain, neurological technology. And where they had gotten to was up to 300 neural transmitters being connected through a through a tiny chip implanted in the brain. Now, the new Neuralink that Elon Musk has invented has over 1,000 neural transmitters. And the difference is that the new Neuralink that's created by Elon Musk is implanted in the brain in a small implant that's attached to the top of the skull. And it is the size of a small coin. And, of course, it's hard. So it can not be noticeable at all. And also the way it's put into the skull is by using a robot. The robot inserts the 1,000 neural transmitters or neural links into the brain, into the top side of the brain. And you might say, well, what's this good for? Well, people that have like spinal cord injuries, this could enable them quite seriously at some point to be able to walk again. People who have things like neurological disorders or brain injuries or things like Alzheimer's, there's a tremendous need for this technology. And this is a major advancement because the robot can do the entire surgery. And I mean, you know how precise robots are. It can do it safely, probably within an hour. It can completely connect the neural transmitters and the neural link, and then nobody would know you even have it in there. It can be switched off, so basically you're like your regular, like you regularly are when you if you didn't have a neural transmitter in your brain. But there's something else about all this. Amongst the general public, there's an awful lot of fear involved with things being connected to the brain, and I think an awful lot of this comes from misunderstanding because myself, I think that this invention is probably maybe one of the biggest inventions since the wheel, and what I'm going to talk about is why this is such an important invention. Looking toward the future of what this could become, this is why the importance of this invention will come into play. And I'm going to, in this talk I'm going to talk about what the future for this invention might be. And a lot of this is going to be speculation on my part about the future of this invention and what it could become. The first thing I'm thinking is, when they first started to realize the realization of this, they only had just 300 neural links or small electrodes into the brain. Would have been an astounding achievement. Now Elon Musk's new achievement is over 1,000. Plus the device is very small. It can be charged the same way you charge a cellular phone for all-day operation, charged while you're sleeping. These are major advancements happening very quickly in this technology. But where would this lead into the future, and why do I say that this is such an important invention? Well, at some point in the future, this neural link would be reduced in size. Right now, it's the size of a large coin or a medium-sized coin. If you want an idea of how big it is, maybe the size of a $quarter. And the transmitters or the stimulant part of that goes inside your brain, the little tiny electrodes, extend downwards about an inch, and there's like 1,000 of them. At some point in the future, when technologically we advance, this whole device might not even need an operation to be installed. It could actually be microscopic in size. And, you know, your thoughts, your emotions, your memories, everything else are actually electronic signals, which can be stored on a computer. And why this device is important is because it could end up actually linking people's thoughts together through these transmissions. I mean, it can be connected to the internet. And at some point, you know, all of your thoughts, your emotions, your history, your memories, everything else could actually be downloaded from. This is the start of something big. I mean, I'm not going to really speculate too much on this, but looking ahead into the future, maybe 500 years into the future, I see the possibilities for this to even do away with death itself. Because what makes a person is basically your memories, which are all electronic rather than being so much connected to your actual body tissue. And also the linkage of humanity itself through the internet, which is already happening, but it's happening on a two-dimensional scale. You look at a screen, you know, and we have friends. All of us have friends on the internet, and we communicate with these friends through verbal communication, and we also communicate with these friends through things like Skype or things like the different platforms that they have on the internet where you can actually talk to one another. Even YouTube is one of these platforms. Right now I'm discussing this with you guys, you know, and I'm trying to communicate you through verbal communication. This would also allow nonverbal communication at some point in the future. People could actually transmit thoughts, and thoughts could be analyzed in a way that doesn't require, how would I put it, doesn't require verbal communication. And so I can see the potentials for this moving into the future, where we have a world where there wouldn't be any more war. Because, you know, I'm going to tell you guys what, we're involved in a war right now that could actually wipe out humanity, destroy humanity. And what is that all about? It's all about people miscommunicating. The whole world is miscommunicating. And so this is potentially, I mean, right now it's being put out there to the different government agencies like the FDA and so on, so that they can gain access to be able to do this. And it's in the very first initial stages, but this could be such a potentially game-changing technology that it could be exciting for the potential of what we could obtain from this at some point in the future. A larger way of communicating and stopping miscommunication, things that cause things like wars, so that humanity can move to the next level. It's very important that we don't blow ourselves up, blow up our planet, and destroy our environment, because we're all in this biodome together. And of course, you've all heard of mutual assured destruction, of course, you know, and how it could be a nuclear winter. I think it's a much better thing that we control and maintain our environment, and have fresh, clean air to breathe, nice, clean water to breathe, rather than have some sort of a world that's been destroyed with a nuclear disaster caused by miscommunication. And I see this device at some point. Right now, it's being worked with Bluetooth. I see at some point in the future that this device might be completely integrated with the internet as well, so that each person would have the internet with them in their brain. And maybe the device would get down to where it could have thousands, multiple thousands, maybe 10,000 or 100,000 different sensors that wouldn't even need to be installed with an operation, and the whole thing would be less than the size of a grain of sand. And of course, a device like that would use much less voltage to operate, and be much more capable than what we have today. So we're really in the first stages of this thing. Kind of like when the internet was first starting. I remember back before the year 2000, when all we had was the internet wasn't near as capable. Like right now, I'm live. Well, I'm not live streaming, but I'm streaming on here, and you guys are going to find that this technology is going to be a game changer, I think. And anyway, I wanted to talk about it a little bit on here, and how this technology could actually, I see the potential of it even doing away with death at a certain point. Because what happens when people die is their tissue decays, and so does the electrical signals, which is basically what they are. Stimulates the brain, the electrical signals, the neurons fire inside your brain, and this is what creates your consciousness. Not all together, but it's a large part of it. That electrical signals that are inside your brain actually generate your consciousness, and this could be a game changer. So thank you guys for listening. We'll catch you guys in the next show. Bye bye.